Hi, hello. Hello, ladies. Great to see you all. We're starting. Hi, Mandy. Hi, Ursula. Hi, Tracy. Hi, Jean. Hi, Sandra. Hi, Lisa. Hi, who else is here? Loads of people. Hi, Jean. Hi, Dolores. Hi, Steph. Hi, Joanne. Hi, Christine. Hi, Claire. Hi, Carmel. Magella. Grace. Simona. Steph. Elaine. Andrea. Trying to get everyone in. Susie, it is not bad that you are having your dinner while watching. No, so don't worry. I'm so glad you're watching. Hi, Carol. Ladies, thank you so much for coming. I'm so glad so many of you attended tonight. I'm glad everyone is saying hello. Don't be shy. Definitely chat away there in the chat box throughout. I'm going to be doing a Q&A at the end of this, so do keep chatting away there. Hi Karen, hi Paula, hi Mairead, hello. So ladies, can you believe it? It is the last day of November. That is insane. Tomorrow is December, which is obviously the month of madness about to begin. I cannot believe it. But we all can have a good little level of smugness because for the last 14 days we've been putting in some really great work on ourselves. And that is whether we have completed the challenge or not, okay? Because regardless, that will really stand to us in the coming weeks. And as you know, it's my mission to help women like you make small changes in their mindset that will have really big results. And that's what the Fit Before Feast challenge was all about. It wasn't actually about the exercise, even though they were hard. It was more about your mindset, you know, working on overcoming the barriers that our mindset so often puts on us when it comes to just getting up and doing a workout. So even if you didn't do all the exercises, the fact that you decided to take part is a mindset shift, which is real progress. So before I get into this class, I wanted to say a big congratulations and thank you so much for taking part in this challenge. You should feel really proud of yourselves. I'm feeling very proud of you. And yes, it's been fantastic. So are you excited to get started? Are you excited to get going? I'm going to share my screen to start the actual class now in a second. Saying hello. Hi, Elena. Hi, Mairead. Hi, Carol. Hi, Simona. Steph says, I'm sad this 14 days workout is over. I've loved every minute of it. Steph, that's so fab. I'm so glad to hear that. I'll have to make more of these challenges in the future, which I will. Hi, Risha. Hi, Lisa. What good woman, Susie. Are you having the healthy pizza? It sounds. Good woman. Okay. Right, ladies. I am going to share my screen and let's get going. Okay. I'm going to share my screen now. Hold on. Okay, so, right, it is. There I am with my Christmas hat on. Time to get into my Christmas survival guide. Before I get started, I wanted to preface it by saying that I am not being a fun hoover here. I am not saying that we should not be enjoying. There I am with my hoover. Hilarious. I thought that was a very funny joke for this fun hoover joke. I am not saying, though, that we should not be enjoying or indulging over Christmas, because we absolutely should. Christmas is the time that your nutrition and exercise is not the priority. The priority is spending precious moments with family and friends. That is way more important, and we shouldn't be worrying or feeling guilty at all about our diet or exercise during these times. Because let's face it, when we reminisce about the best memories and the best moments of our lives, it's times like Christmas time that we think of. They're the times that make up the story of our life. So it's only a time to live in the present moment with friends and family and not be worrying. Okay, so I wanted to preface this class by saying that first. But what this class is about giving you, oh, there I am with some family and friends. Yay! Happy Christmas! But what this class is about is giving you 5 practical tips on how to really enjoy the festive season while limiting the damage, okay? Because that can only be a good thing. And All of these tips are based on my tried and tested success formula, so you know they work. And as I said, it's about damage limitation so that you're not feeling terrible come January. So what are these 5 tips? They are, first one, have your Christmas cake and eat it too. The second one is ho, ho, throw out your scales. The third one is say hello to the holiday endorphins. Fourth one is alcohol and Christmas, what to drink. And the final one is have a plan, have a festive time. So there we go. There are the 5 tips. I'm going to get into them now. So tip 1, this is related to my unbreakable law of nutrition, and it is have your Christmas cake and eat it too. So like I've said before, the first thing you need to know is the right facts when it comes to nutrition. And one of the most important ones is my unbreakable law of nutrition. So what you should know already, if you have watched the video that I sent at the start of the challenge, is, I don't know if you remember that, but I sent it on day 2 of the challenge. The title was Your Body's Calorie Level. So you should know from watching that no matter what diet you follow, okay, whatever kind of nutrition you follow, whether it be paleo, ketogenic, Atkins, juicing, low carb, whatever it is, gluten-free, vegetarian, whatever diet you're following at the time, okay, and let's say all you're eating is really nutritious and healthy food, none of these diets will work for fat loss, or they won't help you control your weight unless you have your energy balance right. Okay, so as you know by now, energy balance really is the king. And that, what I mean by energy balance is simply calories in and calories out. So being aware of your specific body's calorie level is really the key to controlling your weight. Okay, that is basically the unbreakable law of nutrition. Okay, so I'm just giving a recap on that. Regardless of what you're eating, if your intake of calories is greater than what you burn, you will put on weight. There is absolutely no debating that, okay? Likewise, if you eat less calories than your body burns, you will lose weight, and it's as simple as that. Now, if you eat the exact same calories as your body burns, you will stay the same weight, and that state is your calorie maintenance level. And the aim of the game is to really know what that number is for you, because everybody is different. You know, you should not go by kind of average guidelines per adult that you see, because that's wrong. You know, we're all different shapes, we're different sizes, so we all have a different calorie maintenance level. So if you haven't watched the video I sent you last week, then I advise you after this to watch it so that you can basically calculate what your body's calorie number is. Okay, it's a really good exercise to do. You then know that number, and that's great. Okay. So now that we know how can we actually use this unbreakable law of nutrition to help us on our way during Christmas season and beyond? Well, to show you how, I want to tell you something about the unbreakable law of nutrition that most people do not know. And that is that this calorie guide I'm talking about does not just apply on a daily basis. It actually also applies to a weekly basis or even a monthly basis. Okay, so what do I mean? Well, it's best explained with an example. So let's take Grace. Grace's goal is fat loss. And so she has, for her specific body, her daily calorie target is 1,800 calories. Okay, and that's worked out from the calculation I just talked about earlier. So Grace works hard during the week to control her calorie intake to make sure that she's hitting this target. Okay, so here she is during the week. However, on the weekend, she does like to let the hair down a bit, to eat out with friends and family, and she doesn't really like to pay attention to her calories, which is like the same as most of us at the weekend. But if you look at the below chart, okay, it's clear to see that Grace has eaten slightly below her calorie target each day during the week. So she's on track each day during the week for fat loss. But then at the weekend, she's eaten over her calorie target by a larger amount. So basically the amount of calories she's saved all week, she's actually gone over that amount of calories at the weekend. So it's cancelled out how well she was doing during the week. That's my point. I think a lot of people get confused when they're so good over the week why they're not making progress. And it's because if you go over the top at the weekend by more than you've saved during the week, then you're not going to be making progress, essentially. So after a few weeks or months of trying, Grace is doing this, that. She's wondering why is she not making more progress and not losing any fat. And as I said, a lot of people face this challenge because it doesn't really matter if you've been really good all week. If you go and be excessive at the weekend, it will undo all your good work. Now, what has that got to do with Christmas? How can we use this law of nutrition to our advantage when there are big occasions coming up where you know you want to indulge, like Christmas? Well, we can use it to our advantage, which is great. So, let's say you know that during December you have a party on, a Christmas party on in the evening where you know there's going to be lots of yummy food, lots of drink, and you want to just let your hair down and enjoy it and all the rest. Well, you may want to just eat a much smaller breakfast than usual and a much lighter lunch than usual. And this way you will save the majority of your calories for the evening time. And that should balance out to make sure that you don't overeat on your calories. Okay, so that's an example of using this law on a daily basis. But similarly, on a weekly basis, if you know that you have like a massive day of eating one day, for instance, Christmas Day, right? And you know you're going to be eating and drinking all day and all the rest, then you may want to have a few light meals a few days before, let's say, and then you would save those calories for the next day, if you get me. Okay, so do not worry about Christmas and the few days of overindulging, because to really gain a substantial amount of fat, it's actually a lot more difficult than you think. It requires not just eating one large meal or having a day where you're eating a lot is not going to make you put on fat. My point is you have to consistently overeat, like week in, week out, to gain fat. So you can really use this to your advantage over the Christmas season to make sure that you're not kind of consistently overeating on your calories every single day in December. If you consistently overeat on your calories every single day in December, yes, you will put on fat. But if you are selective and you choose the days you really let your hair down and other days where you go a bit lighter, then it should balance out and you won't put on any fat, essentially, which is good news. Okay, but this does bring, here I go. So there we go. These are like balancing out your weeks in December to make sure that, some days you're under eating, some days you're overeating, but it's balancing out. That's the point of the unbreakable law of nutrition. Okay, we do not want to consistently overeat every single day. So if we balance it and be clever, we really can do a good job. Okay, so this brings me to tip number 2. Ho ho, throw out your scales. Okay, my point here is that putting on weight and gaining fat are two completely different things. Okay, weight gain is not the same as fat gain. Okay, changing the dial on the weighing scales is so easy. Literally, your weight can go up and down daily. There are so many things that cause our weight to fluctuate on a daily basis. And so the weighing scales is really not a reliable way to measure your actual body fat levels. So like over Christmas, you will easily be able to gain weight. Okay, you really will. But that does not necessarily mean that you've put on a lot of fat over Christmas. And fat gain is the thing we want to avoid, right? Weight does not really matter because it could be water, it could be anything. Fat is what we want to avoid. So my top tip for Christmas is to throw out your weighing scales or just put it away in the attic where you're not going to look at it, because it's really bad for your mindset. The last thing you want to do is stand on the scales the day after Christmas, because that could only make you feel terrible or upset or guilty thinking you put on all this weight, when the reality is the weight will be up for everyone the day after Christmas. I guarantee you that, because we'll have been drinking and eating a lot on the day, but that does not mean you've gained fat. It does not. So we need to change the way we think, and we need to think in terms of body fat and not weight. Okay, really important message. So just to show you, the factors that can affect your weight over Christmas are alcohol, because that causes water retention. Having a large meal the night before. Stress, because that causes cortisol, which again retains water, which looks like we've gained weight. And hormones. Okay, so my point is, especially over Christmas, weight is not indicative of where you're at with your body. Weight will fluctuate wildly over Christmas, and looking at the scales could detract from your enjoyment of Christmas, because it could cause you to unnecessarily get really stressed out because you're seeing your weight go up, which is just not in reality fat gain. Okay? The only way to really measure where you're at in terms of your body is through your body composition, and that shows you clearly what your body fat percentage is versus your lean mass. Okay, so just my point there is that as women, we are such demons at standing on the scales every day and beating ourselves up, and it is so not helpful for our mindset. It really is terrible for our mindset. We cannot let a number on a weighing scales define how we feel about our body. It simply is not good. And we need to change this in our mindset. And it's really sad if it detracts from your enjoyment of Christmas, because Christmas is the time to enjoy it, you know? You really do not want to be looking at your weight over Christmas. It could cause to upset you and have you going into January after the holidays not feeling, rested and relaxed, but instead feeling anxious and worried, which is not good. Okay, so that is my tip 2. Now, my tip 3 is say hello to holiday endorphins. So what is this related to? This is related to exercise. So over the festive season, okay, this is a bit scary, but the average person will overeat by about 10,000 calories. Isn't that crazy? On the run up to the week of Christmas and after, actually. And when I mean overeat on calories, I mean that's the surplus of calories on top of your body's calorie maintenance level. So on top of the calories your body actually needs to function, you're overeating by 10,000 calories. So that is huge. Now, if you wanted to offset these calories just through exercise, you would have to do a lot of working out. And I mean a lot of working out. Let me highlight just how much you'd have to work out. To burn 10,000 calories using our favorite exercise, the burpee. I know everyone loves the burpee during the challenge. So let's do the math, okay? This is a bit scary, but doing 1 minute of burpees non-stop will only burn 15 calories. Now, provided you don't slow down, let's divide 10,000 by 15, because we need to burn, as I said, 10,000 calories. So dividing 10,000 by 15 calories, that gives us 660 minutes, which means you have to do 660 minutes of burpees. So that works out to be 11 hours of burpees to burn off 10,000 calories, which, let's face it, sounds like absolute hell. Now, I do actually want to say a good way to emphasize this point is that burpees are actually one of the best exercises you can do to burn calories. So if this is the reality of how many calories burpees burn, then that says a lot about how much exercise it takes in general to burn calories. Okay, now the above is a bit of a simplified calculation, and I'm not saying at all that you shouldn't bother exercising. Absolutely not. What I am saying is it's a lot easier in terms of managing your body fat to control your calorie intake instead of trying to just burn all your calories through exercise. Because let's face it, it's just not realistic. You're going to burn all those calories through exercise. So controlling your body fat through calorie intake is much more efficient. But saying that, there are some other benefits from exercise that you may not think of, but they are crucial for enjoying Christmas season to the full. Okay, and they are, number 1, our happy hormones. Okay, so what we can all agree is that during Christmas, we all want to do our best to be engaged with family and friends. Like, we want to be bringing our best self forward when we're with our family and friends over Christmas. But after a couple of days of celebrating, with loads of alcohol, lack of sleep, the happy hormones, which are called our endorphins, they're diminished. And this can cause us to feel down or unhappy because there's a lack of endorphins. And then when this happens, you might find it harder to deal with stress or to fully enjoy yourself during Christmas. So what regular exercise will do, which is brilliant, is release endorphins or the happy hormones. And so, amongst all the madness, exercise is really, really important for our mindset because it will keep those happy hormones flowing. So that way you'll always be bringing your best self forward with your family and friends. And as well as that though, habit maintenance, this is also important. By keeping up, let's say the 10-minute workouts we've been doing in this challenge, like if you keep those up, even just a few times a week, I'm not talking about keeping it up every day, I don't think that's realistic over Christmas, but by doing, these 10-minute workouts a few times a week even, all the way through December, it'll keep your body in a really good routine. So that way, when it comes to January, you're not starting from scratch. And you'll be in a really good position in January because, it won't be a shock to the system when you try to do exercise. So it'll keep that habit going and it's really great for your body. And hopefully doing the challenge has helped your mindset overcome the barrier we put up for doing exercise. By just doing those 10 minutes, like the workouts that we do in your living room, doing that on a consistent basis is so, so amazing for your health and fitness levels. I cannot stress that enough. So I really, really do hope that this challenge has kind of helped overcome that mindset barrier that you put on exercise. Okay. And lastly, I want to say again that damage limitation, okay, just because it's difficult to exercise away your calories. So my point earlier with the burpees is saying that it would be very difficult to exercise away your Christmas dinner, but that doesn't mean that you should throw in the towel with your exercise at all, because exercising like that regularly, it's a way for us women to increase our muscle tone and increase our muscle density. And when we do that, we're basically building muscle. And when we build muscle, it naturally increases our calorie maintenance level. So when you have more muscle, your body essentially burns more calories. So then it allows us to be able to eat more calories to maintain our weight. So happy days. So that exercising is really, really important for that as well. Okay, so that was my tip 3, keeping up those exercises. Now, tip 4, we are into alcohol and Christmas. This is a big question I get all the time, so I felt I had to cover it. Okay, it is time to talk about alcohol. So whether or not you're a big drinker, we all know the effects that alcohol can have on our body. And I thought before going into, because a lot of people ask me what are the best drinks to have? What are the best drinks to have to stay on track? But before I get into that, I thought it would be best to start, as I always like to, with the facts about alcohol. So what is the science behind alcohol and how does it impact our bodies? Well, don't want to go into too much detail, but alcohol can affect our bodies and our endeavors to stay on track in 2 ways. Firstly, it affects our metabolism. And secondly, as we probably already know, alcohol is full of calories. But first, let's start with how alcohol affects your metabolism, and then I'll run through which are the best drinks and why. So, in brief, alcohol changes our metabolism by changing the way your body uses energy. Okay, typically your body uses glucose and fat as energy through the glycogenic and oxidative pathway. But once you introduce alcohol, your body quickly shifts its focus from breaking down glucose and fat to breaking down alcohol for energy instead, because it sees the alcohol as a poison. So it wants to break it down and burn that off as energy. Now, alcohol itself contains about 7 calories per gram. So when you drink, your body will be turning to these alcohol calories for energy, and it won't be turning to the food you're eating at the same time for energy. And instead, those calories will most likely be stored as fat, which isn't good. Okay? So that's the point. So the body is turning to alcohol to burn off calories instead of the food you're eating. And then the food you're eating turns into fat. So that's not good. Along with this, though, on top of that, alcohol interrupts your sleep, which causes tiredness, right? And then when we're tired, it causes havoc with two hormones that play a really big part in our regulation of hunger. And they are leptin and ghrelin. So when your sleep is disturbed, your body produces more of the hormone ghrelin, and that is the hunger hormone, and that therefore it causes you to feel hungrier the next day, and that's why you eat more. And if that wasn't bad enough, a lack of sleep causes your body to produce less leptin, and leptin is a hormone that makes you feel full. So in essence, it kind of is like the perfect storm. You know, one is making you hungrier, the other one is making you feel less full. So that is why when you are experiencing a hangover, it can be accompanied with a high level of munchies the next day. Okay, I'm going to stop scaring you now on that. But now that we know the science of alcohol and our bodies in relation to our nutrition and goals, how do we make wise choices that can help ourselves enjoy Christmas at the same time as doing as little damage to our diets as possible? So, firstly, let's talk about beer. Okay, popular as it is not calorie friendly. Some dark stouts you can get are as high as 255 calories per drink, while a pint of Guinness is about 170 calories. Now you can get lighter beers like Coors Light, and they will have lighter alcoholic content in them as well, which is good. But one drink to avoid definitely, which is high in sugar, is cider. It's not good on calorie index, okay, because it's very high in sugar. Now, if you're not a beer fan, let's talk about cocktails and spirits. The general rule about cocktails and spirits is the less sugar added, the better. So basically, the Coke in your rum and Coke or the tonic in your gin and tonic should be avoided. And if you can get the slim versions of these, that's definitely better than going for the really sugary varieties. Okay? Now, the best type of cocktails are the types with as little added stuff and added sugar as possible, like an old-fashioned, because that only has one sugar cube added and it gets the majority of its calories from the spirit itself. But let's say you don't like an old-fashioned, then, going for drinks with a high level of lime juice is a good idea because it's high in flavor, but it's lower in calories. Okay, so there's little tips on those. Now, as for red or white wine is slightly higher in calories in general, as it's more often than not will have a higher alcoholic content, but there are more sugars found in white wines, so it really does actually kind of come down to your preference. It's a bit of a muchness. But if you are wondering how many calories in your favorite drink, just give it a quick Google and you'll find it easily. Now, lastly on this, as I wanted to highlight the previous tip about exercise, okay? Exercise, another reason why the exercise tip is so important is exercise will massively help combat the after effects of alcohol over the festive season. We do all know that alcohol is a depressant, that happy endorphins mentioned in the last tip that exercise produces will allow you to have a more positive outlook on things and help you deal with the hangover and the, inevitable stresses and things that come up with Christmas. So I really, really believe that exercise will be massive to help you throughout the festive season, especially if you are, enjoying a few drinks here and there. It will combat all those after effects of alcohol. So exercise is a winner. So that was tip number 4. Are we on to now tip number 5? Tip number 5 is have a plan. Okay, so what do I mean? Well, one of the most important things for your mindset to go into Christmas and just enjoy it is to have a plan in place for January. I cannot stress this enough. A huge part of living a healthy, balanced lifestyle is to recognize the occasions where you do have to let the hair down and enjoy the times without worry or guilt, like birthdays, anniversaries, and yes, Christmas. Life is for living and we need to enjoy these events without having any stress or worry about them. Okay, that is what living a healthy, balanced lifestyle is all about. But if you go into these events and you have a plan in place and a marker in your head of when you're going to get back on track into a healthy routine and what that looks like, then that is the perfect mindset to have. Now, I'm going to show you in a minute my paid plan for January that you can sign up for, but regardless of whether you go with my plan, I really, really urge you to have some strategy for getting into a healthy routine in January. It just really helps you to relax over Christmas because you know you have January sorted. Okay, so I'm just going to give you the cornerstone of what any plan needs. Okay, the cornerstone of any plan needs 3 things. It needs 1, the right facts and strategy. 2, it needs the right mindset. That is extremely important. And 3, it needs the right criteria. So let me elaborate on each. Well, firstly, the right facts and strategy. When you are about to embark on any plan or a goal without the right facts or strategy, it does not matter how motivated you are, you will not get to your goal because you're following the wrong strategy or you have the incorrect information. It's just not going to get you to where you want to go. And the quickest way to find the right strategy is to find someone who's done what you want to do and simply copy them. As one of my heroes, Tony Robbins, I love him, says, success leaves clues. So essentially, you don't think you need to go and create a winning plan or strategy all by yourself. Simply copy what someone else has already done and done it well, and then you just follow what they've done. Okay? Number 2 is the right mindset. Now, this is where you cannot rely on anyone but yourself, really. When you are about to embark on a plan, you need to know what is driving you and what success looks like at the end. It's so important before you set any kind of plan in place. You need to be really self-aware of what is motivating you. As you can see from this diagram, this is basically a goal-setting pyramid, which I teach my graduates. And so if any of my graduates are watching tonight, they'll recognize this. And you can see that self-awareness is at the top of this goal-setting pyramid. So essentially, you need to know what really motivates you and what drives you. This may sound obvious, but it is a trap that we all fall into every day. So for example, you may say in January, let's say, I have a plan or a goal that I want to lose 5 pounds, right? And that's what you set as your goal, your plan. But if you dig a little deeper and you ask yourself, well, why? Why do I want to do this? You might come to the realization that it's not actually the 5 pounds you want to lose. You may actually just want to do that because you want to have more energy. And then when you ask why again, you scrape down another layer and you may find out that it may be that you want more energy because actually you want to have more energy to have with your children. Or maybe you want to, have more energy to be a better employee or a better whatever. So essentially, when you kind of scrape down all the layers, you realize what is the underlying motivation. So what started as what I call an external problem, the losing of the 5 pounds, ended up being a whole lot more. When you really understand what you want and what's motivating you, that is how you succeed in your plan. Now, I find this stage of setting a plan the most interesting in my personal and my professional life, and I have created ways and means to discover what my clients really want, and it's so effective. But my point is to, before, setting out in whatever kind of healthy plan for January, take some time to really ask yourself why and find out what really motivates you before you make your plan. Okay? So there we go. So that is the right mindset. Now, number 3 is the right criteria. So what do I mean by this? Well, when you're about to undertake a plan or set a goal, it's important to set really clear guidelines or criteria before you embark on it. And the simpler, the better, really. So for example, there is literally no point in saying, I'm going to be really healthy next year without having clear criteria. Firstly, next year is just too long a time period, and healthy is far too vague. A much better guideline or plan or goal to say to yourself would be, for the first 2 weeks in January, I will have a protein-rich breakfast before I leave the house with only 2 passes. Okay? The criteria is clear. It has an exact time frame. You know what to do. You know when to do it. And it's achievable. You have planned for your inevitable slip-ups, as I call them, with your 2 passes. And that is really important. Does this in any way sound familiar, this plan? Why do you think I created the challenge, which was only 14 days long and just 10 minutes of exercise a day? Because it was clearly you know what to do. It has an exact time frame. It's achievable. It has all of those elements of a good plan. Now, my point is, whichever plan you follow should have a clear start and end point. It should be doable, and it should have clear criteria that is easily followed. So, look, regardless if your plan has these 3 factors or not, setting a plan is so important because psychologically, going into December, if you have a plan, the mere act of planning when and how to do something will free your mind from the burden of overthinking, and it will help you to enjoy your Christmas guilt-free, which, let's face it, that is what we want. These are the important times in our lives. You know, Christmas is such a special time. We do not want our minds to be stressed or worried or whatever about putting on weight or any of those things. Having a plan in place means that it frees your mind from the burden of worrying or overthinking. So putting that plan in place for January is so, so key. And then once that plan is made, you can relax, enjoy Christmas with family and friends because you have a plan of action. There is no need to fuss or stress out in December because all is sorted. Okay? So that is a really, really, really important tip. Now that leads me into telling you about my plan in January. And I'm just going to stop sharing my screen so you can see me a second. Hello! Okay, can everyone see me? Before I carry on, I want to make sure everyone can see me. Let's see. Okay, are you with me? Can you hear me? Okay, great. Okay. I always, sometimes with this stuff, oh good, thanks Steph, thanks Simona. Has everyone enjoyed my tips so far? I hope you found them useful. Oh good, thank you. Oh good, okay, great. So, if you don't know, or I hope you enjoyed my tips anyway, but if you don't, Christine says yes, and it didn't even feel like 10 minutes, the workouts. Oh, brilliant. Oh, love the tips. Okay, good. Thanks, guys. Brilliant. Thank you. So, guys, if you don't know already, it is my mission to help women just like you make small changes in your nutrition, but more importantly, as I've always said, small changes in your mindset that will make you feel more confident, give you more energy, and to support you to lead a mindful and happy life for 2018 and beyond. Okay, and so if it's okay with you guys, I would like to share with you now what I have planned for January. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen and show you quickly all about my plan for January. Okay, so some of you watching will already know about my nutrition and mindset bootcamp, and some of you have definitely done it. Okay, but I am very excited to tell you that in January 2018, I'm launching my new and improved nutrition and mindset bootcamp, which I am so excited about. Now, what is it? Well, my Nutrition and Mindset Bootcamp is a 6-week online training and practical program which is designed to replace your nutrition habits and thought patterns in order to create lasting change. So how does it work? Well, the first thing I do is educate you. So basically you can finally know exactly what nutrition is right for you, because in the end of the day, if you don't have the right facts, as I always say, You'll always be confused by the mixed messaging that's out there. So with the bootcamp, you receive access to my Nutriversity. And this is 8 online modules where you learn everything you need to know about nutrition and what is right for your body. And this is not about fad diets. It's not about restricting anything. It's about understanding nutrition so you know exactly what you need to do to get results where you're not depriving yourself and you're not cutting out any foods that you don't want to. Okay, and this is basically everything I learned on my nutrition diploma, but I've structured the information to make it really practical and relevant to you. But also, in your members account, I don't just give you the nutrition knowledge, you also get all of the tools that you need, such as hundreds of delicious recipes created by me, which you've already seen some of them. Some of them are public, which are the ones you've been seeing, but you get access to lots more when you are part of the bootcamp. Also shopping lists. You also get your own meal planner like this one, which you can adapt to suit you and your body's specific calorie level, which is great. Okay, so then when you're empowered with the right knowledge, the next thing that myself and my team do is make sure that we keep you motivated. Okay, motivation is a really big part of this. And do you remember I said earlier that the weighing scales is such a bad indicator of where you're at with your body? So what we do instead is we measure your body composition. Okay, we show you the real progress, the actual progress that you're making every single week. And you know, when you see a report every week which shows your body fat and how much body fat you're losing, it is so motivational. Like, I cannot say this enough. It really motivates you. It drives you on to keep on going every week, and it's fantastic. So how we do it is through my website. We have patented technology, and we can calculate your body composition from just 2 of your pictures. So you upload your weekly pictures and you're emailed your body composition report every week. So that's great. So you can really throw out the weighing scales. Okay. And then we come to the last piece of the puzzle, which is support. So how do we make sure you feel supported? Well, support really is one of the biggest elements of the bootcamp. I make sure that me and my team are focused on supporting you through this journey because I know that is what it takes to succeed. You always know who to contact to get the support you need, and I really encourage that, as I just know the support is so important to keep you going. But also, when you become a bootcamper, you're added to our private Facebook group. So this is a special Sophie's Nutrition Bootcamp group, and in itself, it's become an amazing support network because all the bootcamper ladies are in there. They're going through the same journey. Everyone is encouraging each other, motivating each other throughout the 6 weeks. It's an amazing community, and it just empowers you to stay on track. So I'm sure actually some of the ladies who are watching right now are bootcampers, and they've been in this group for a long time. But I'm also very active in the group answering questions, and it's just another chance to really interact with me and get that support that you need. Okay, it's a really big part of it. Just to show you the kind of things that are said in the Facebook group, which is so fantastic. So this one is Madeline. Madeline actually was doing the challenge. I don't think she's watching tonight, but she was doing the challenge. She's been with me since last January, actually. She said, so big day today, bought swimming togs for the first time in 5 years. I've been wearing my maternity togs all of this time, mostly due to comfort and the size I was, but also because with a lot of weight on, I kept saying, nope, I'm not buying clothes until I lose the weight. Months would pass by, which turned into years. Now through Sophie's program, here I am, new wardrobe, and best of all, new togs that I'm proud to wear and feel fantastic in. Anyone who hasn't got their head in the game yet, don't wait a second longer. Just make one small decision and do it, and then do it again tomorrow, and before you know it, the ball is rolling and it's all become habit. I've never felt healthier, genuinely. Thank you, Sophie, for simply really caring about creating the right kind of program. Oh, love Madeline. That's such a lovely post. And then here is another post. This was Trisha. She said, I do not like picture day at all. I don't like standing in front of the mirror, seeing what I have gone. Oh, I'm struggling to read this myself. Seeing what I've gone to myself over the years. I, however, am enjoying the pic. Oh, I'm trying to read this now myself. Okay, I'm going to fast forward. I can't read it. It's uploaded funny. Hope everyone's weekend is, let me see. Hope everyone's weekend is going okay. I'm back on track after not feeling too well for a few days. Went for a lovely 6.5 km walk and made a batch I think this is a different post. The plan is amazing. I think it may just need a bit of planning ahead each week. Thank you all, especially Sophie. Sorry guys, couldn't read that. Anyway, it was a lovely post. Okay, so that's what the Facebook group looks like. And our support doesn't stop there. You're also scheduled weekly live mindset coaching sessions with me. And this is where, and we do this inside that private Facebook group. All the boot campers love it. And it's basically where I'm training you to remove limiting beliefs. And these are the biggest hurdle to lasting change, okay? And you'll hear a lot more about them if you join the bootcamp, but it's where I train you to remove the limiting beliefs and to replace them with empowering beliefs. So that's what I really focus on in the bootcamp, and what sets us apart from just a traditional nutrition or fitness plan, because having the right mindset is the difference between people who get to where they want to go and those that don't. So there's a big support element because I really believe that's a key to staying on track and getting great results. So guys, that's what you get with the bootcamp, but what can you look forward to in terms of results? Well, I'm going to show you really quickly some of the physical results that ladies have had on the bootcamp, and I am extremely proud of them. You might have seen Rona pop up on the Facebook group. She's been doing the challenge. She has had such an incredible transformation this year of both physical, but more importantly, her mind. You know, it's clear to see from all these ladies that they've had massive physical results, but actually the biggest and most important changes these ladies have made have been inside themselves and inside their mindset. You know, they have just become so much more confident, they have more energy, they're happier, and they're more fulfilled. Because really what they've done is they've closed the gap from where they were and where they wanted to be, which has been so fantastic for me to see, and I'm just so proud of them all. That's actually Madeline, I just read out her post there on the Facebook group, and there I was with her just a few months ago, so she's fab. But basically, the point is the main changes came from within themselves, you know, and these are real women with real stories. And like I said at the beginning, it's my mission to empower you to do the same and get into the right mindset before Christmas. So guys, that's all about my nutrition and mindset bootcamps, and you're probably wondering at this stage, how much does the bootcamp cost? So I'm going to just quickly share that with you now before the Q&A. So if I was to sell these things individually to someone, okay, all the elements on the bootcamp, the Nutriversity course, which is the 8 online education modules, that would cost someone €250. Then if I was to sell someone individually, the constant access to me and my support team for 6 weeks and all the mindset coaching that we do, that would cost someone €495. And then for the weekly body fat percentage assessments, the body composition assessments that you get, 6 weeks of them would cost somebody €120. And lastly, not forgetting your workout program. You also get a workout program, which I didn't even mention before, but they are similar to the workouts you've been doing on the challenge. They're HIIT bodyweight workouts. They're 20-minute long. You can do them anywhere, similarly to the ones you've been doing on the challenge, and they're so great for your fitness and fat loss. And so 6 weeks of them would cost someone €95. So if I was selling these things individually to someone, it would all add up to €960. So that is all the value that is coming in the bootcamp. However, you don't have to purchase all the things individually, of course, for $960. You can get them all together as part of my nutrition and mindset bootcamp for a huge saving of just €295. So that is a huge saving, and the great thing is I have a payment plan. So you can pay for it for just €49 per month. So that is amazing. It's like the cost of a gym membership, but it's clearly not just a gym membership. You are getting nutrition education that you will have for life. You're getting all the tools that you need. You're getting 24/7 support to make sure that you stay on track. You're getting mindset coaching to remove your limiting beliefs. You're getting progress reports. All of this for €49 per month. But there is also one more thing, ladies, because you are all my very special Fit Before the Feast challenge ladies, which I've been so happy to have you all in. And so, because of that, I have a very, very special early bird offer for all of you who have gone through this challenge. And that is, if you sign up for the January bootcamp today, okay, so if you sign up for the January bootcamp today and you go for the pay upfront option, you will actually receive a €100 discount off the price. So instead of $295, you'll actually get the January bootcamp for just $195 if you pay upfront today. There you go, that's fantastic. All for my 54-piece challenge, ladies. Now this price will be going back up to $295 for January. It will, and January is a really, really in demand time for the bootcamp. So if this has resonated with you and you want to have a plan in place now for January, then I do really advise holding your place with this early bird saving, because you're saving €100, obviously. So the two options are quickly either the payment plan for €49 per month, or pay up front to get the early bird offer and save €100 for just $195. So quickly going through everything you get on the 6-week bootcamp again. You get the education modules, you get all that information, the nutrition knowledge, which, let's face it, knowledge is power. You will have that for life. You will know what to do with your nutrition to get the results you want, and you have all the tools to do it. Then you also get the weekly support. You need that support to keep you going, keep you sticking to your goals. I make sure you stick to your goals. Okay, that is what it takes, and that's what I make sure to do. Then you have your weekly body composition assessments where you see your body fat percentage, you see your body fat going down, which keeps you so motivated. And of course, your HIIT bodyweight workouts, that's your exercise coverage, which we know already. The exercise is doable and it's so good for fat loss and for fitness. So ladies, so all of that for today for the special early bird price for January of just $195. Now ladies, I only take 50 places for each bootcamp because I want to ensure that me and my team give enough time for each bootcamper. So when you go to hold your place, which I'll show you now how to do in a second, you will see how many places are left for each of the bootcamp dates in January. We have a new bootcamp starting every week in January, and there are a number of places have already gone because, as you know, January is the time where everyone is motivated to do this, and so the January bootcamps are selling out quite quickly. So if this has resonated with you and you want to make real change in 2018 and start your new chapter, I do encourage you to lock in your place now. Okay, so before the Q&A, I'm just going to show you really quickly how you can hold your place. So I'm going to load the offer right now and show you how to hold your place. So you should see it pop up. So once you see it pop up, you just click on this button, hold my place, and then you're brought to my website. You click on this button, hold my place. Then you will come to this option, and this is where you choose whichever payment plan option you want, either the €49 per month, and that'll be 6 months, so it'll add up to $295, or pay up front to get the €100 saving early bird offer, and so you press continue and save if you want that option, and you are brought to this page. Enter your details, choose your January bootcamp start date, okay, and put in your price there. Just click this button, okay, it'll say $195. The discount will be already in place. So you just put in all your details, press continue, and hey presto, your place will be held and you will have your plan for the January bootcamp locked in. So that's so exciting. Okay, so ladies, I'm going to stop sharing my screen so we can have our Q&A. Hello! There we go. Okay. Can everyone hear me? I just want to make sure. Sometimes when I go flip from sharing my screen to not sharing my screen, the sound can go on the software. So someone please tell me if they can hear me. I would really be grateful. And just to let you know that we have 15 minutes for our Q&A. Oh, good. People are saying yes, they can hear me. Great. Yay, Q&A time, ladies. So, great. Thanks, Steph. So the Q&A is going to last for 15 minutes. And you can hold your place with this early bird offer during this Q&A. So while we have 13 minutes left, the early bird offer is in place. So D says, is it $195 or $295? D, the early bird offer is if you choose to pay up front today, it's $195. So if you click on the $295 button when you go on the website, it'll say continue and save. and it'll bring you to the payment page, which it'll be discounted to $195. Okay, Dee? If you go for the payment plan option, then it's the higher price of $295. So if you click $295 and save, you will get the $195 discount. Okay? Yay! And I can see someone has already held their place. Tracy! I saw Tracy there. Tracy has held her place for the January bootcamp. I'm so excited. Thanks, Tracy. I'm so delighted to have you on board for 2018. Good woman. I cannot wait to go through this journey with you, Tracy. Yay! Let's see. Who else? Simona says, should I avoid carbs? Simona, excited. Yay, I'm excited too, Tracy. Simona says, should I avoid carbs? Simona, I'm glad you said that. No, I do not think you should avoid carbs. I'm really not about restriction. I think that the only reason people feel like low carb can work for them is that carb foods tend to be more calorie dense. So it's easier to end up overeating on your calories by having a lot of carbs, because having more high protein dishes are satiating, so they're filling with less calories. So that's why some people say go low carb, whatever. But in the end of the day, it's whatever way you can manage to stick to your calorie level. That is as simple as that. It's however you can stick to your calorie level that works for you, works for your lifestyle, works for the foods you enjoy. Some people just cannot manage on low carb. And if you can't manage on low carb, you should not do it, because you will not be able to stick to it and you'll end up binging, which is just counterproductive. So Simona, what I teach in the bootcamp is finding out a way that works for your lifestyle, that will allow you to stick to your calorie level, that you actually find enjoyable with the foods you like to eat, and then you just turn it into habit and it becomes you getting those results, which is brilliant. Okay, so we only have 10 minutes left, guys. Someone else has joined us. Elaine has now joined us. Tracy and Elaine, yay! Fantastic, ladies. I'm so glad you've joined us for the bootcamp. Woohoo! Tracy and Elaine. Fantastic. January bootcamp. Here we go. What other questions do we have, guys? What other questions do we have? Johanna says, I feel really good. Find exercising much easier now too. So worth joining. Oh, that's great, Johanna. Thank you. Christine says, best money ever spent. Yay, Christine is one of my bootcampers. That's so good. Well done, Johanna. You must feel amazing. I'm trying to look back over these. Johanna, good woman, has done amazing. Yes, she has. Paula says, the best thing I ever did, and would urge everyone to. Oh, Paula, you're such a star. I'm only reading back all over these. Yay! Thank you so much. All my lovely boot campers and my graduates are here watching. So I hope I gave lots of good, new, interesting tips, even for the boot camps and graduates. So I hope you found that useful, ladies. Andrea has joined. Andrea, so glad to have you on board, Andrea. Andrea says, I'm in. Yes, you are, Andrea. So we have Tracy, Elaine, Andrea. Yay! So fantastic. We've got someone else. Who else have we got? We've got Deirdre. Is that Dee? Dee, I think you're Deirdre. Are you? Yay! We've got Elaine, we've got Tracy, we've got Andrea, and we've got Deirdre. Is that right? Yay! So fantastic, ladies. And thank you, all my lovely boot campers and graduates who are talking here. Can I hold my place for 6 weeks? Simona, yes, you can. Click that button. If you click hold my place, Simona, that's how you will hold your place. And you choose the date you want to start. They're all starting in January, because obviously it's less than 6 weeks now till Christmas, so no one wants to start now. We want to start in January. We want to enjoy Christmas. We want to have a lovely December. We want to enjoy all that yummy food, time with family and friends, and then we know in our heads we have a plan of action in place for January, which is brilliant. Andrea, that's so lovely. Your Christmas present to yourself. Mwah! Best Christmas present ever, in my opinion. Andrea, I'm so delighted to have you on board. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to support you in January. It's going to be such an amazing journey. I'm going to help you as much as I can get from where you are now to where you want to be. We are going to do it together. It's going to be fantastic. Sinead says, very useful. Good, Sinead. Yay. Paula, I am a graduate and haven't used the planner since I was a bootcamp. Yes, you absolutely do, Paula. When you log in, you have access to it all. Yes, you do. No problem, Paula. I picked the second bootcamp of the year, Sophie. Oh, good, Tracy. Yay! Lisa, how many calories does a 10-minute workout burn? That is a good question, Lisa. I don't know the exact answer. Do we know the exact answer? I'm asking my support team here. Do we know? What? It depends on the workout, firstly, Lisa, and actually, secondly, it depends how much you are pushing yourself in that workout. So let's say you're doing a 10-minute workout and you're taking a lot of rests, then you're not going to burn as many calories, obviously, as if you were going outright. The point of those quick workouts is really to try as much as you can, take as little rest as possible. If you take as little rest as possible, you are going to be doing some good fat burning and calorie burn. Okay? So here's a good point. 10 minutes of walking burns off only 50 calories. So there we go. Sorry, my support team was just reminding me that. So 10 minutes of a brisk walk is only 50 calories. Like, that is literally nothing. Whereas doing those workouts is a really efficient way to burn calories. It's great. Oh, good, Lisa. You take very little rest. Lisa, you have been killing it on the workouts. I'm loving your posts on the Fit Before Feast page, Lisa. You are doing insanely well. Who else have we got? We've now got Linda. Yay, Linda. Woohoo. Fantastic, ladies. I've forgotten all the names now. We've got Tracy, Elaine, Andrea. We've got Deirdre. We've got, who else is the last person there? We have got Linda. Sorry. Linda. Yay, ladies. This is so exciting. I cannot wait. You are my early bird January lovely boot campers. Thanks, Sophie. Love them. Good woman, Lisa. Yes, of course, Paula. Does the graduate option still apply for boot campers, or do you have to sign up now? Absolutely, Margaret. Of course, the graduate option applies to you. Once you have gone through the boot camp, you have the option to be a graduate for as long as you want. And what makes me so happy is to have so many people stay on for such a long time as a graduate. That means I know I'm doing my job right, and I'm helping people and supporting them to get to where they want to go. So that is such a lovely thing. So Margaret, absolutely. When you've been through the bootcamp, you're always open to be a graduate. So I would love for you to be a graduate if you haven't already. Who else do we have? Thank you for all the gorgeous comments, by the way, bootcampers. You're so good. And don't worry, people who've lost their connection, I think that I'm pretty sure, because some people have had no problem, that it's probably your Wi-Fi connection, which is annoying with this software, but I'll send it back to you so you can watch it, okay? Yay! Any other questions, guys? We only have how much minutes? We've only got 5 minutes left on the clock. 5 minutes left on the clock. Who else has any more questions? Lisa says the bootcamp was brilliant. I learned so much. Yay, Lisa! Thanks, Lisa. You're such a star. What other questions do we have, ladies? What other questions? We've only got a few minutes left. What else? Oh, and a lot of people actually have been asking me, are the workouts going to be available after the challenge? And absolutely they are. Those links that you have gotten in your emails will continue to work. So you can do those, you can continue to do those 10-minute workouts. So that's good. And I really, really cannot stress this enough, that I think we've now hopefully from the challenge gotten over that mental barrier of just, getting over mind over matter and just doing the workouts, kind of hopefully daily, if not daily, every second day, right? So hopefully the challenge has helped in that regard. So I really urge you over Christmas to keep these workouts up. Keep doing the 10 minutes. I'm not saying every day, that's not realistic, but every few days, do those 10 minutes. You'll feel so much better. You'll have so much more energy. You'll fly in form throughout Christmas. As I said, putting your best self forward for your family and friends, which is, what Christmas is all about. And it combats all those after effects of, alcohol, as I was saying. So Steph has joined. Yay, Steph. I'm so glad to have you on board, Steph. Yay. Good woman, Steph. That's so fantastic. Mwah. I'm so thrilled, Steph. Yay. Andrea said, I was just about to ask that question. And we have Simona. Simona's joined us. Yay, Simona, I'm thrilled you've joined us. Woohoo! Yay at last, says Steph. Yay! Andrea's also on the 6th of January. Yay, ladies, and I can't wait for you to join our Bootcamper Facebook group. It's so fab. It really is. Christine, what is this? Loads of chickpeas in it, Tracy. Oh, Tracy, I'm vegetarian, Sophie. Will it still be good for me? What are we talking about? What? Oh, the boot camp. Absolutely, Tracy. Oh, and Christine says loads. Yes, thanks, Christine, for your help. Christine is a boot camper. Yes, absolutely. As I always try and explain to the boot campers that, you know, you have all the recipes on the site, you have a nutrition meal planner, all that, but I'm not telling you to stick to that meal plan every day because it's just not realistic. What I'm trying to do is educate you on nutrition, giving you loads of good, you know, knowledge about food and nutrition and cooking so that you can make up your own choices that work for your dietary needs and your lifestyle. So as a vegetarian, absolutely, you know, you will learn the nutrition knowledge that you need to understand what's right for you and what's right for your body and what will get you results, and then you adapt that to your eating preferences. But on top of that, there is gorgeous, yummy vegetarian recipes as well on the site. So you will have all of those. So there we go. Yay! Do you have a healthy quick meal cookbook? Yes, Susie, I do. And it's on the website. Once you join Bootcamper, they're all online. Do you mean, are you talking about a printed copy? Are you talking about a printed copy? Well, what I can send you, Susie, and everyone who's turned up tonight, because you're all star bars, is I can send you one of my e-cookbooks, which is, you know, an e-cookbook. So it's an online cookbook. It's, what? It's a planner. Okay. My support team here is trying to tell me something. I don't know what they're trying to tell me. But basically, I'll send you an e-cookbook, which has lots of my favorite healthy recipes. But on the website, you'll have a lot of healthy recipes. So yay, Simone is in. Who else is in? Mary is in. Mary, I'm so glad to have you, Mary. Mary is now in. Mary, good woman. Woo! This is so exciting, ladies. I cannot wait. And now you can go into, okay, good. Everyone's loving the cookbook idea. Now you can go, oh my God, we're under a minute left, ladies. If anyone wants to join, click that button. We're under a minute. Oh, good. You love the Snickers balls. Yay. Guys, whoever's joined, you can go into December now feeling on top of the world. You have your plan in January. You can enjoy it. You know, no more burden in your mind of, oh no, I don't want to, like, you know, put on a load of weight and blah, 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 blah. Throw out those weighing scales, ladies. Throw out those weighing scales. I cannot say it enough. That's a really big, important tip. Do not be looking at your weight over Christmas. Just do not look at your weight over Christmas. Do not. It'll be bad for your mindset. Okay? And the time is up, ladies. The time is up. Yay. Yay, 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 yay. Susie, I was looking for a hard copy. Susie, I am working on a hard copy as we speak. It will take a while, but I am working on a hard copy, Susie. I do have a cookbook from, it was a number of years ago. It wouldn't be on my healthiest of recipes because there's a lot of sweet recipes in there, but it is a gorgeous cookbook all the same. So if you wanted that one, I have that one, but it's an old cookbook. My more healthy recipes are in the future. Oh, I love Paula. Paula's been with me for a long time as well. She says, a plan for life. Thanks, Paula. You're the best, Paula. What has Steph said? It's gone just in the bin. What's gone just in the bin? I don't know what you mean. Yay. Great. Thanks, Sophie. Thanks, Susie. Ladies, this has been such a fab webinar. I hope you enjoyed my tips for Christmas. Who is going to, you know, do these tips? I really hope. Oh, the weighing scales. Oh, good woman, Steph. Yeah. Good. Yay. In the bin. Yes, in the bin. In the bin. We hate the weighing scales. We hate it. Jim, a slimline for me, please. Good woman, Tracy. There you go. So I really hope these tips were helpful. I mean, I think the calories one is really, really effective in terms of not, you know, really gaining that fat, as I said. It is about overeating on your calories consistently week in, week out. And if you did that every week in December, yes, you will gain fat. But if you don't, if you balance it out, if you have a few really light food days where you're eating light meals, you know, you're not stuffing your face essentially. And then you have another few days in the week where you are letting your hair down more, eating more, enjoying more. Then it'll balance itself out. That is that unbreakable law of nutrition, and I cannot stress it enough. You can use that to your advantage this Christmas. So just think about that, okay? Yay! Jane, I really hope I can do this again. You can, Jane, you can, because when I send you the replay, it won't matter with your Wi-Fi, because it won't be live stream, Jane, so don't worry. Ho, 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 everyone. Yay, Christine. Paula, yes, 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 yay. Thanks, Dolores, says great webinar. E-copy will do for now. Yes, I'll send you the e-cookbook. But Mandy,